Coucou mes amours, j'espère que vous allez bien. Okay, let's cut to the chase. I left America 6 months ago, and the Anaïs who left America and the Anaïs that you're seeing today are just simply not the same person. Et vous savez pourquoi? Tous les jours de ma vie ici, je parle le français, l'anglais et l'italien. Un peu de Wolof, tout direct. Mais ça a complètement changé ma vie. I don't know if this applies to anyone who doesn't speak other languages. I don't know if this is not like, this is something your little pea brain will understand. That's not at all how I'm coming off. In America, I was only speaking English, and I was a weird combination of like the foreign girl who like speaks other languages, but like we never really hear her speak it because no one else speaks it. Whereas now, all my friends, people, my family, people I meet, people out in the street, collaborations, work, romance, like all of that is done in a variety of languages. And as a result of that, I literally can't move back to America. Like, I literally can't. This is just my life now. And I love it, okay? I love it. Moving somewhere is gonna change you. It's gonna change your identity. It's gonna change the things you care about. It's gonna change your priorities. It's gonna change your friend group. It's gonna change basically everything, especially if you're open to it. And the thing that I love the most about traveling is the fact that it unlocks new characters. Like, it is one of the coolest things. This is my metaphor. I feel like when you stay in an environment that you know is not for you, whether that be a job, a relationship, a country, a city, a town, essentially what you're doing is that you are just limiting yourself to one version of you. Hi from Anaïs Editing. Okay, the point I was trying to make is that you could literally be a pro surfer, but you would never know that because you're stuck in bumblefuck nowhere. You could move to Bali or something and discover a newfound love for surfing, or like Hawaii or something. And if you're telling yourself like, yeah, but like I never really cared about surfing, that's like not something you care about. Yeah, because you're in bumblefuck nowhere. Like, you don't become your best self by just staying in your comfort zone. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, obviously. I feel like I took the past couple months really processing that on my own, journaling a lot about it, because it's scary, because change is never easy. Becoming a different person is never easy. Also, letting go of things is not easy. To kind of touch on some more personal things also that have happened, let me be brutally honest. I moved to a predominantly Black country, which means that the beauty standard here is not blonde girls. And if you're a blonde girl watching this, blue eyes, and you're beautiful, my ideal world is that all women can just be in one cohesive support group of love. However, the patriarchy exists and misogyny exists, and men have placed us in hierarchies of like who's the best and who's the worst and who do we find attractive and who do we not, yada, yada, yada. And when I was in the US, I genuinely felt like a part of me was not seen, a part of me was not appreciated. Whereas in Senegal, Afrocentric features are appreciated. And the reason I tell you that is because my life has changed a lot here. Like, people see me, and not just because of like conventional attractiveness or conventional beauty, but it's more so, would you wanna like hop in some videos with us? We're filming a music video, do you wanna participate? Hey, I have a new clothing line launching, would you mind modeling for it? I'm gonna be making a couple like skits, would you wanna be part of them? We're filming some pictures and some promotional like content and some ads, and we need some marketing help, would you mind modeling for us? Like, you guys see me? I'm actually desirable. Like, also, I'm not like a bimbo and a dumbass. I just am happy, so that's why I'm coming off a little bit sassy, a little bit sassy. A big reason for me leaving the US was so that I could live closer to my family. And that has had its ups and downs, obviously. Maybe deep down, I didn't want to admit the fact that I wanted to get closer to at least this side of my family, because I felt like we had some unresolved issues. We had just a couple hiccups growing up, and I felt like, not that I was looking for closure per se, but I knew that if I made an effort to have a closer relationship with this side of my family, that I think it would heal a lot in me, and sure enough, it did. It's been really nice spending more time with my dad, and kind of, I feel like maybe some part of me was holding on to some grudges or some things because of my childhood, and as a result of like welcoming love more and forgiving more, I think my life has just changed a lot, to be honest. In terms of work also, this doesn't apply to everybody, but I do social media full time. Leaving the US and coming here, I kind of had this vision of what my content was gonna look like and what my work was gonna look like. And I think life and the universe had other plans. I kept posting in English and showing my life here, and I would sprinkle in a little bit of language here and there. And then TikTok and like all the social media apps basically stopped pushing my content to America. Like they just stopped pushing my content to English speakers. And I freaked out. I like had a really, really low point in July. And then I was like, wait, I don't need to speak English. I speak other languages. Okay, like if this is not what I'm supposed to be doing, then okay, I'm not gonna do it. And sure enough, I've been speaking French mostly on my platforms now. Et c'est tellement amusant parce que je sais pas pourquoi, mais quand je parle français, je me sens beaucoup plus moi. Je me sens beaucoup moins genre perfectionniste, alors que quand je parle anglais, j'ai ce truc que je dois être parfaite chaque fois. Je sais pas c'est quoi en fait, mais voilà, c'est ça. And then obviously there's some things that haven't been so easy. I did move to a third world country, which means that I see poverty every single day, like in a very different form than you would see in the US. I think in the US, poverty and like neglect and lack and scarcity, all those things are more so like hidden a little bit, whereas here they're right in your face, especially things like homeless children and neglected animals and overworked animals and, you know, buildings never fully built and trash everywhere. I grew up in Senegal for 6 years. Should have probably mentioned that if you don't know that. And it's not like I forgot that any of this existed. It's just as an adult now, I process things differently. It's really challenging for me to just turn a blind eye or desensitize myself to these things. So that's been a really big challenge, as well as the fact that your value here is slightly diminished financially, which means that if you're very used to making a ton of money in the US or from wherever else you come from, when you're gonna come here, it's not the same. A job that you would do in the US would pay you even 5 times less here. So that's just something to think about. Listen, I was never planning on being in Senegal full term. I just really wanted to get out of the US and I wanted to start a new life in Senegal, and I've been doing that. I've been healthy and I've made friends, and I have been working out and going to the beach and doing all these wonderful things, but you know, your career is also important. So I already know that like I'm either gonna have to be doing some back and forths. We'll get there when we get there. Let me not like throw too much at you. That's kind of what I wanted to say. I'm still alive and well. I left America and I didn't run back. I have no plan. I did visit the US a couple weeks ago now. I went to see my sister and some friends and my family and my mom. And then I went to France and I fell in love with Paris. It was wonderful. You don't even, guys, sometimes you don't even need to do shrooms or acid or anything. You literally just need to move. Go to another country. Okay, the lighting's getting terrible in here. The sun is setting. My camera broke, so I'm using my iPhone front camera. Sorry if it's horrible. But if you have any questions or any comments, and also let me know like what would be helpful. I make a lot of content on TikTok. I post all the time on my Instagram stories as well. I'll get a little bit better about posting on Instagram, like my feed. But if you guys have any questions or anything like that, like please let me know. You know, I kind of got like, not PTSD, but I was like, when TikTok stopped pushing my stuff to America, I was like, okay, so no one cares. So no one cares what I'm doing with my life. So if you do want to see vlogs, let me know. I'll make them if you want to see them. If you don't, I'll make them anyway. On se verra la prochaine fois. Gros bisous. Au revoir. Wait, you guys fell in love with my kitty cat. Let me show him to you. Hi, honey. You say hello. Okay. Bye.